It was just sort of like the natural evolution. We all knew this.
If your agents could build all that stuff for you. It's just a matter of like, what's it worth to you?
How is this a job? You know? But to them it is. You know
I don't think
mean?
people are seeing
No.
what the potential actually is there.
Yeah. Sightbox, unbox, where we open the door. New podcast.
We're back. This is the BOXPOD, and this has to be a rapid fire
It's a quickie.
episode because we're busy. We got stuff to do.
Guess so.
But the news, all the rave is OpenClaw,
Yeah.
and
And
I wouldn't call it an acquisition.
no.
Apparently, Peter Steinberger, the creator of OpenClaw, is joining OpenAI
Yes.
to help expand the agentverse, whatever you call it. And supposedly, OpenClaw is going to stay
Open.
open.
Well, he's not the only developer on it, right? I mean, open source means
Open source, yeah, but he's the... I'm not going to pretend to speak developer, but he manages the commits and...
he does.
So he's
okay.
the overlord of...
Okay, so he's like the final approver. Of,
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure that's how it's set up. But I mean, it's hard to scale that by yourself.
Yeah.
Obviously it blew up more than I think even he thought. But I mean, look at here, his tweet. I am joining. Here, let me do a little recording for Zach. I'm joining OpenAI to bring agents to everyone. OpenClaw is becoming a foundation. Open, independent, and just getting started. J. Cal, congrats. Don't let it die.
Yeah, no, I can't. I mean,
it was a matter of time, I guess.
yeah. If this dies, something will pop up right in its place. It's not magic what he did. He just, kind of hit oil first. I mean, we've been talking about this.
Yeah.
It's not as if like it was just sort of like the natural evolution. We all knew this was coming. In fact, you can go back on our podcast here and go back to one of the llama lounges and us talking about one of the startups there. I think it was called, wasn't it called like OK Computer? I forget what it was called, but it was a terminal version. So you just run it remotely. And it was a PC, and then agents came along and this sort of thing. So just letting it run natively on your computer.
Right. But I think
It was like the natural evolution.
I think what OpenClaw did that others failed to do, one is made it open source, which is what
Yes.
I think feels the most natural with AI and agents. And the other thing is the fact that it's sort of like skills based.
Yeah.
And very, very wide open and local.
And local. Yeah.
So that's kind of everything. So really what that reminds me of when we were talking about this is WordPress. When WordPress first launched, it was kind of revolutionary because there were other CMSs out there at the time.
Right.
But they were bloated, heavy, expensive. And this predates SaaS. So you had to pay thousands of dollars to own a license. And then you had to install it locally.
Yep.
These enterprises had to install it and small businesses couldn't touch it. This is meant for the big players, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it just sucked. The whole thing sucked and you were bound to that system. And then WordPress comes along and says, hey, it's open source and it's PHP, a pretty easy language to learn. And we've developed plugins, a plugin system. And so people start writing plugins, just like people are writing skills for OpenClaw. And it just reminds me of that same thing. And even back then, right, there was very few people who knew how to build WordPress sites. Still today, right? More people know how, but even back then especially, right?
No. Hell, I remember even like trying to build my first I remember a guy knew how to site for something. And I was like, bro, how'd you do that? And he's like, oh, Drupal.
Oh,
Or no,
Joomla.
No, Joomla. It was Joomla.
Joomla.
And I was like, oh, bro, I got to learn that. And I remember trying to learn it over a weekend. No, couldn't get it. But that
I
was,
remember
that
which
the
one was
early
worse, Joomla or Drupal.
I don't remember.
Both awful.
Both are awful.
Yeah.
But those are open source CMSs,
Yeah.
right? So I think you're going to see like I think that the thing that this is going to do is it's going to legitimize OpenClaw. It's going to give it support.
Yeah.
But hopefully it stays open. Like that's the thing that you want
Right.
to have happen here, because with that you can use any language model you want.
Yep.
Right. So
Yeah. And I think last week when we were talking about it, we had just set up our agent
Mhm.
and we had some issues with running local models like Kimi 2.5. I tried Quen 3 and they just didn't communicate with Slack well. We ended up going to OpenAI Mini 4.0.
Mhm.
And right now, because now I've got the agents kind of doing stuff, now it's costing us about $5 to $10 a day.
Mhm.
So now we're seeing the cost. Kind of reminds me of like, reminds me of switching from a gas car
Uh-huh.
to an electric, which I did.
You
Right.
did, yeah.
And I saved a ton of money on gas, but then I still had to power charge because I didn't know any other way.
Uh-huh.
And then I was like, man, this is expensive
Right.
still.
Yeah.
And in your mind, you want it to be free or cheap.
Right.
But then I had to like tweak some things, right? And now I don't power charge at all.
Yeah. You charge at home.
I charge at home. It's pennies.
Yeah.
Because I've figured it out and I've optimized my lifestyle to fit that. And it kind of reminds me of this. It's like, okay, I've got this agent. He's local. He's sitting right there running for
Mhm.
free. But then when he's doing stuff, it's costing me money.
Yeah.
It's costing me tokens. And I don't like paying for the gas, right?
Right. Right.
And so it's just a matter of like, what's it worth to you?
Yeah.
And that's what we have to figure out. And that's what companies have to figure out. For us right now, it's a big deal.
Yeah.
But at some point, we may revisit and say,
Absolutely.
we need to switch to a local model that's not going to cost us anything instead of a cloud-based one.
Yeah.
It's going to just take up tokens. And it might be that some agents use a local model for certain things. And then, the more intensive tasks can be cloud-based and we'll pay for those.
Right. Or the other way around, who knows? Yeah.
Yeah, totally. And so I've been doing a lot of teaching still, training. Our Johnny 5 agent, spinning up other
What I
agents as
love
well.
is that there are so many like 80s like movies that we're pulling references from.
yeah.
Or 70s movies.
You want to hear my
What's your latest?
Johnny 5?
Yes.
I'm working on a demo with 11 Labs, and where did I put it? Oh, it's on Slack. And so here's the beauty, because we do have Slack integration.
Uh-huh.
Johnny 5 is, and I won't share this because there's keys and stuff in here. But Johnny 5 is in our Slack channel.
Yeah.
And so I can just go to him and I can chat with him just like I would at the terminal, and he'll do pretty much anything. And so I asked Johnny 5 to set up a demo of a voice interface where I can just talk to it.
Mm-hmm.
And I explicitly asked him to build it using the 11 Labs API so that I can generate a voice that I want. And so I ended up doing that. And it said, if you want a custom voice, then give me the instructions. Obviously, I went into 11 Labs and got the API key and everything going. And then I went to a soundboard and found, I'm having trouble finding it. I'll find it later.
Yeah.
I went to a soundboard, found the Johnny 5 voice sounds clips from the movie.
Yeah.
And then I asked Johnny, go to that soundboard, download all the MP3s. And it said done. Just from slacking him. It downloads all the MP3 files and they're only about 2 seconds a piece. And so I asked Johnny to stitch them together, except there was clips in there. There was clips in there that weren't Johnny, that were from other characters in the movie. And so I took a screenshot of the soundboard and I said, only mash up these voices,
yeah.
these clips. If you, I don't know, less than a minute later, it says,
Done.
here it is. And it created an MP3 file.
How did
Mash
it
up.
get that? Did it
You
tell
mean
you?
how? No, I just did
It
it.
just did it.
I just did it.
That's
So it gave me the
crazy.
MP3. Then I loaded the MP3
Uh-huh.
into 11 Labs to create the voice. And so now I can reference it. But here's here's the little mashup it created.
Beautiful, Stephanie. Beautiful. I am standing here.
That's obviously not him, but
Oh my goodness, I am sporting a tremendous body right now. Did she stick her tongue down your throat? Error. Excellent. Hello, bozos. Hey, laser lips. Hi. Hi.
dude, how old are we?
Dude.
You know, this movie was like 1979.
No, that one?
I'm pretty sure.
I think it
When
was,
did the Short Circuit come out?
I want to say the 80s, didn't it?
Okay, you're right.
Right.
86.
86.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. But dude,
Yeah, 'cause
that was like
we
the
were, like,
golden age.
Oh yeah,
Those mid 80s is when like
100%.
that was
yeah.
going on. Like
Back
Knight
to the Future,
Rider.
85 had already come out,
Yeah.
so we're already in this like sci-fi-ish.
Yeah. What was that stuff? It wasn't even like, they didn't treat it like sci-fi. Like,
No, it was, and the whole thing about Johnny Five is that he was sentient.
it's a
right.
sentient thing. He
Yeah.
didn't want, you know,
He
he
didn't
could
wanna
read
die.
books really fast and
Yeah.
he was no disassemble,
Yeah,
you know, and the whole, yeah, it was ahead of his time. Kit
yeah.
for Knight Rider.
yeah,
We had Flight of the Navigator.
yeah.
There was, I was saying HAL 9000
Yeah,
from Space Odyssey. I'm sure there were others. Transformers. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
What is that? But, you know,
Terminator, what came out in late 80s, early
90s.
Yeah,
Yeah. I mean, that's just scratching the top of what
Yeah.
there was just culturally there was just so much around that idea
mm-hmm.
that it is sort of, I mean, hell, Star Wars even. I mean, you know, so all that stuff really pointed to this. So now it's just like it feels a little bit like it's coming to.
Yeah, and
Coming
things
to
are
be.
about to change, man. I mean, I was talking to a guy, one of the business owners from like church, has got a successful auto group.
Yeah.
And we were talking about this stuff, and turns out he paid someone in Pakistan recently to
Mm-hmm.
build a custom GPT,
Interesting.
which the fact that he's even thinking to do that is smart.
Yep.
Because he's thinking that I need a solution and a strategy for my businesses, right?
Mm-hmm.
That I own and that I can control versus just Chat GPT or whatever.
Yeah.
And so I was basically telling him, now imagine if you can have several agents deploying those on your behalf and not some guy in
Mm-hmm.
Pakistan or whatever. And then I think the framing has to be presented differently than this is just something you chat with
Yes. It's
to
not
get a
chat
response.
bot.
Because a GPT, you have to invoke it, right? You have to
Yeah.
ask it to do something, and then it spits something back at you.
Mm-hmm.
Where an agent just does, right? It just
Yeah.
an autonomous thing that just
Yeah.
follows instruction and then goes and then figures things out, whatnot. And then as we got into the conversation further, he was talking about how and I'm also using this tool for this and this tool for this. And he's talking about obviously SaaS, right? And the industry uses this. And then I went and found this thing that's awesome that does this. And I said, well, now imagine if your agents could build all that stuff for you
Or you.
and not have to pay for those subscriptions.
Mm-hmm.
Then it's like, that's interesting, right? But it's like every business is going to be different, but at the same time, I don't think people are seeing
No.
what the potential actually is there. You know, it's not AI slop. You know,
No.
that's consumer grade stuff
Yeah.
that's out there.
Yeah.
And so
That's just training data at scale. I mean, the only reason Sora exists is just to train.
Yep.
The Sora model.
Yeah.
You know?
yeah, like I did a video of Paul with the javelin music stands. Like remember when we were in high school, he would launch those
Dude,
things?
he would launch them.
Now, where would this would this model ever come up with
That
that idea
as a scenario.
as a scenario where I'm going to
Yeah.
take this thing and I'm just going to heave it across the room,
Yeah. Yeah.
you know? But now that I did it, it
Yeah.
has it.
Now
It's
it
like,
knows.
okay.
Okay.
I don't know if,
That's what a music stand flying across the
I don't know where we'll need that ever, but I have it,
right.
right?
Right. And there's a new thing coming out too now. That I just think it's called, have you heard, called like C Dance? Is that what it's called? It's a new model out. The TikTok ByteDance came out with this thing, and it's crazy good in terms of AI video.
Well, here's a business idea, and I'll throw this out there so we can wrap this up.
Yeah.
Last week we talked about all the stuff that the rogue AI did, the rogue bots, the Claudes,
Uh-huh.
you know, and they started their own Reddit and
Yeah. Yeah.
started their own economy, all this stuff. And then they built somebody built the humans for AI
Yes. Hire me.
marketplace,
Yes.
right? Where they can hire humans. Now let's think of your idea, or not your idea, your prediction from weeks ago where you said AI is they're going to need us to feed it, and people are just going to get paid to maybe just talk to it,
Yeah. No, it's
just sit there and talk to it. If someone out there is bored or needs an idea for their club bot, ask it to create a platform where you can hire a human and just chat with it, just to
Yeah.
fill the knowledge base
Yeah.
and see what happens.
Yeah.
Pay it in Bitcoin, you know, or in Solana, whatever.
Yeah.
Whatever the equivalent is of $30 an hour,
Yeah.
and just have these humans just sit there and
Yeah.
have conversations.
Well, I just started Severance. Have you seen it?
Yeah.
And so I'm like 3 or 4 episodes in, and they're doing that thing where they're like doing the numbers,
Yeah.
and you're like, they don't know what they're doing,
No.
but they're looking for scary numbers or whatever. And you're like,
Yeah.
there's some, I'm sure
Yeah, there's
something will be
something behind
revealed
it, but
behind
yeah.
it. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
But it's sort of like that. It's like, how is this a job?
Yeah.
But to them it is, you know what I mean? So I think it'll be similar in that way. Like, we'll be doing things and be like, how does that work? How is making videos of throwing music stands across a room work? But that'll be their job.
Yeah.
They'll be like, oh, I got to prompt some other crazy
Mm-hmm.
scenario so it can think about it, because it would never think about that on its own.
That's right.
So like because when you get into computer world, like there's not really anything random, right? There's sort of like random numbers don't really exist, but for us they do, right? So we can create scenarios that they'll never sort of.
Have you heard of numerology?
No, is that
No. I don't know. I'm asking.
no?
I see it a lot on X. They say
What is it?
numerology is real, and they'll say like certain things land on certain days and,
Oh, like
num-
patterns and
yeah,
stuff.
Yeah.
Okay,
I haven't gotten down too deep. It looks kind of like a gimmick or
sure.
like a rabbit hole. I
Sure,
don't
like you
want.
add these dates together, and
Yeah,
and
just-
it is this letter in an alphabet.
Yeah.
and- yeah. I don't know. I don't know.
All right. There you have it.
It's good.
OpenClaw. Let's
Open-
hope it stays
Yeah.
open. So
May OpenClaw always remain open.
that's right.
Yeah.
All right. See you guys.
Sightbox, unbox, know we open the door. New podcast dropping like never before. Tapping AI, here we got the cure. Founders for founders, the vision is pure.